saw this place along the way to the lake. It's like straight out of Star Wars. It's like a bunch of tree forts and zip lines all over the place. Pretty cool. I've driven by it many times and I've never actually gone in here. So it's not cheap though. It's like $50 for like one course or something. But I'll put the information in the description. It's pretty neat. It's kind of cool. There's a little axe throwing area here. Zip lines all over the place. It's pretty neat. I'm gonna keep walking around and checking it out. Hello! Hello, Finnegan. Very cute. Thanks. Little nets that you can walk on. Huh. Yeah, I've driven by here many times and I've never actually walked on in, so it's pretty neat to see what it see their setup. And I think they're open until December, but yeah, you know, as a kid this would be a lot of fun. You get a little harness and then you zip around all over the place, tree to tree, so pretty cool. All right, just pulling into the campsite here and it looks like it's completely empty. There's a couple of trailers here and there, but mostly not a soul in sight. So I should be able to find a spot here relatively quickly away from the rest of the public so I can do some filming and not bother them. But yeah, there's tons of spots, guys. Lots of spots. Sweet. Well, I was mistaken. It's really quite busy actually. There are some spots for sure, and I'm just kind of on the lookout for some right now, but yeah, there's lots of trailers and campers and tenters. It's actually probably about 70% full, I would say. It's a very nice campsite. That's why it's got washrooms and showers, and so really you can camp out here all winter without a problem. When you get deeper into the winter though, it's definitely way less busy and there's way less people, but let's try and find a spot. Just bought this tool off of Amazon. Let me know in the comments what kind of metal it is. I'm not sure, but I use it to sharpen this kind of cheap hatchet that I bought. I wouldn't recommend using it on a more expensive axe or hatchet that you have, because it takes off quite a bit of metal. But yeah, you simply just kind of each side a few times. And this side of it here just, I guess, allows to straighten it a little bit. And it only needs a couple of times and then your axe is real sharp. So this thing is really quite sharp now. But like I said, it does take off quite a bit of metal, so just be cautious in using it. I don't know what kind of metal this is, but yeah, like I said, let me know in the comments. So it should be good. Let's cut some wood. As you can see, I'm at a public campground and I'm here to test out my big house 4-person tent by Big Agnes. And so I've had this for a little while. I haven't got a chance to test it out yet. So we'll get into that portion shortly. And yeah, I want to show you guys what my winter setup looks like. I sleep quite cozy during the winter and I camp all year round when I can. So I'll show you guys what the setup looks like. Tent poles. Looks like the tent fly, or it could be the footprint. I'm going to check in a second. Tent. And the spikes. They don't give you too many spikes actually, but they seem to be okay quality. They don't seem to bend easily, so that's good. All right, looks pretty straightforward. Some of the poles are kind of bent a little bit. Obviously that's the design, but I'll kind of figure out why in a second, I'm sure. And in typical Ben fashion, I did not set this up before I came here, so we'll see how it goes. suggest you practice once at home before you bring it out here. Oops. All right, so it looks like it has two cross poles that look like this, sort of bent on each corner, and it crosses over. Then you have this one piece here, which looks like it's meant probably for the fly, I would imagine, and it's got this cover piece that goes across. For some reason, it's kind of snaky. Not sure why yet, but I will hopefully figure it out. I kind of like figuring these things out without looking at instructions, obviously. Oh. Okay. This was supposed to go through the sleeve first. So let's redo this. Alright, looks like a pretty good size here. Check it out. Not bad. Really roomy on the inside, and I think the ceiling is 60 inches in height, but you could easily fit 2 cots, even 3 if you wanted to. Which I'm going to do. I'm going to show you guys what a cot looks like set up in this tent. I don't know if I'm going to put the fly on, but we'll see. Yeah, I'll put the fly on just to show you guys what it looks like with the fly on. So it has these little clips that the fly clips onto with the tent. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Just got clips in there. Easy peasy. Doesn't really fit this way, at least the woods one that I have, but I'm gonna try and fit it. It'll easily fit lengthwise, but not from door to door, which is fine. I think I'd rather have it this way anyway. So let's just move this around. Oh yeah, lots of space this way. There we go. Okay. Whew. It's definitely quite hot in this tent, but overnight I'm sure it'll cool off because there's so much space in here. But yeah, it seems to fit the cot quite nicely actually. Just a couple of inches, and it's pretty much right at the end here of the tent. And again, I'm just using my Woods Instacot. It's a pretty long one. There's definitely smaller ones that you can use, but let's get the rest of my setup going here and I'll show you guys what it looks like. First I put my sleeping bag down. Then the piece de resistance to keep me warm at night is my electric blanket. So I just set that up. It's definitely glamping for me during the winter sometimes, which is okay, but I just set that up as a lining in my sleeping bag. Go. Perfect. And then I plug in my sleeping bag into my Go Labs mobile charging station, and it's got all the connections, you know, wall plugins, USB-C, all the USB port connections. It lasts a good long time. So I've tested this before with the Go Labs overnight with this heated blanket, and it lasts me about 4 to 5 hours. So you can start it right when you're ready to go to sleep, and it will certainly keep you warm. My blanket has a few settings from lowest to hottest, but this works great. So you set that up, you plug it in like so, turn it on, and then you're good. And you're sleeping nice and cozy all night long. Just put that beside my bed. I grab my cozy pillow. Look at that. You are sleeping, some wood chips on there or something. Sleeping nice and warm and cozy, and you can plug in your phone. It doesn't use a lot from your phone to charge your phone and your devices. But I'll also bring my laptop sometimes and do some video editing on some of my trips. So that's pretty much what my winter setup is going to look like for this winter. Some additional add-ons, of course, I'm going to throw in there, some lights to lighten this place up, maybe a lantern or two, and yeah, just kind of make it as cozy as possible. But sweet, I'm looking forward to this. So I'm just checking out some of the seams on the tent. I'll put all the specs of the Big House for Agnes tent in the description for you guys to check out, but yeah, the seams seem to be pretty decent. The camera may not sort of get the best view for you guys, but yeah, I've kind of looked at all the seams on the inside and it looks pretty good. So I'll have to test it during the rain at one of these times, so that'll probably be in the next few weeks, so look out for that video. I'm getting a little hungry. I think it's time for me to eat some steak. Whoop. They're hard to get off of the pan. It's so wormy. Buttered asparagus is so good. Makes your pea smell funny though. Alright, she should be ready to go. Take it off and let it rest for a bit, and hopefully I nailed it. I don't usually cook on this pan here, so we'll have to see. I think I overcooked it a little bit, but we will see. All right, I think I've let it rest long enough, and moment of truth, let's see if I overcooked it. Let's check it out. Nope. Looks like it's perfect. It's a really gristly part here. Oh yeah. Look at that. Not bad at all. It's a little bit over. It's a little bit more than I like, but all right. Let's dig into this. Oh, that's good. That's really good. The spice I used was just Montreal steak sauce, the rub. Usually I just use salt and pepper and that's it. But it's cooked quite nicely, I have to say for myself. So I'm kind of an old school camper. I just like to tent it, obviously, but one of my biggest annoyances is generators that are running all day. It's just, it takes away from the peace and quiet. I'm just complaining, obviously, but I like to have nice and peace and quiet in my spots. That's why I don't usually like to go to public spots too often. I like to go off the beaten path somewhere along a river or beside a lake. But yeah, it's just very noisy, and luckily I'm not camping out tonight, so it's not a problem for me, but it just takes away from the camping in my opinion. But let me know what you think in the comments. Well, it's time for me to break up camp and put things away and head back into the city. As much as I want to camp overnight, I just didn't have time this weekend. Nonetheless, I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell so you get notified when I have new videos. Usually every week is when I post it. But I appreciate the support, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching BenVentures.